Okay, we're rolling.
Okay.
This is rolling.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
there's rolling.
hi Nana, nice to see you.
Hi. Yeah, definitely bubblegum, and it should be like pastel blue, pastel pink, and pastel green. Three, ball together with a little bit of those, like, for the sprinkles, yeah. It started actually like around 5 years ago. I was very much influenced with electronic music, and I was into my phase of clubbing and etc. And I really wanted to just make music, so I downloaded Ableton and I just started to tweak stuff. It was all very playful. I just wanted to explore sound. I guess through the time it became way more clear what I was doing, because in the beginning I had a bit of different project. First name was Nanja, which is funny, but that was sort of the vibe I was going through. I really wanted to fight, and it was like really like, I don't know, that. I wrote one track which was not anymore dark or melancholic, and it was just fun. It was really fun, and I just got excited. I just followed that, and eventually I end up here where I am now, and I feel like I'm doing everything what I've been doing before, but I'm doing differently into one project, and it's very interesting. It kind of makes sense. I don't know. I found that freedom, how to say, but it's a bit hard question, because I feel like with a film, of course, you can do that too, but with music is very immaterial. You can't touch, you can't smell, you have to hear, and next you have to translate it in a way that someone else can hear and have their own experience too. When someone would ask me what I wanted to have as a profession, it was very hard always for me to answer, because I could not just limit myself to one thing. I wanted to become a film director, because I thought, okay, all of this like things that I'm interested in, I can combine into one thing. But that really did not got me excited anymore. Next, I somehow, reconnect with music again, and it all made sense. It was perfect, because there was still a mystery for me into it. The first one is very, very, very early childhood. My mom always used to put me to sleep while singing. That was sort of like something that, wow, it was really like, it would, guide me to sleep. Another thing was that my sisters used to go to singing classes. So we are 3 sisters, and I'm the youngest. I was around 2 years old, so she could not really leave me anywhere. So she would take me. And there was a room where everybody was singing, and we would be sitting outside waiting for it. But I would be like picking up a lot what they were singing, and next I would imitate. My sisters would get angry to me, because every time we would go to transport, like a bus or metro, I would be just like, I could not wait to just sit down. And I remember I would have like just this small body, and I would climb up on the chair, and I would sit down, and I would have a song in my head, and I would be singing that song. It was so much fun, but my sisters would be like, no, shut up. But I would be like, singing. We did not really have a CD player or vinyl player, but we had a piano, and that was great. I was just having the instrument as a child, that any instrument at home makes something different, because you can explore. I used to love to keep diaries, and till today I try to. No, I don't do it intensively anymore, but used to do it like every day. When I started to work on songs, I understood that it's just not diary for a day, but it can store information, and it can sort of like translate information. I feel like when you're writing something, there is a thought and a responsibility with that thought of what do you want to do? What are you creating? Because this eventually will create chain of reaction, and it will eventually end up into someone's ear, and they will have their own experience. So when you're working on something, it is also about yourself, but it's not entirely about yourself, because you are eventually giving it to people. I don't really know the topics usually when I'm working with. It's usually I figure out first sound, and next after the sound, lyrics comes in, and next I understand what the song is about. Sometimes there is songs that, okay, I get the clear idea and direction, but mainly my approach is more like sort of going through it and figuring out. And I guess the going through changes, having integration with yourself, and integrating lots of hidden parts. I had this period when I was a teenager, and that was time when I re-explored the classical music. So, and I remember I deleted around 500 songs, and I just left the Vivaldi Four Seasons, and I was listening on repeat, and I never really hated it. So probably I would stick with that. Yeah, probably. Like when I didn't have a phone, I had more time to be with myself, and I would do different activities. I try to embrace the technology because it's just, there's no other way. You can't just be like, no, I'm not living today. So I guess it does affect, it gives you as an artist great tools to distribute your own music, to do everything really like DIY and go through it alone and do everything what you want, but also that is sometimes quite overwhelming. Having phone, for example, gives me a chance, like I shoot 2 of my music videos with my phone, so it was just easy. I think it's interesting. It has ups and it has downs, it has pros and cons, but as everything in life. I love to collaborate with people quite a lot, and it's very interesting. When you're a solo artist, it involves a lot of people. Anyways, you can always collaborate with people, so I like that idea that I can explore things and I can share things. When I was sort of like researching stuff, yeah, everyone was advising, oh, release the singles or release an EP, but I just really wanted an album. I just really was going for more of a sense of completion, like to complete something, and I would not probably be able to complete it with a single or EP, and I really had that craving to have a long-term project that took me some time. It was important because it was also that's the name of the album, The Way of Joy, and it was for me to explore what is the joy through the sound and how can I share and spread that joy with other people. I'm in a mode of again exploring because luckily I have a time. I wrote a couple of new songs, and at this point I really want to maybe more concentrate on singles and on the visual side to translate it. Music I do mainly by myself, but I try to collaborate with visual artists, and I got very excited about stop motion and mixed media and animations, so I really want to somehow get all of those together. But let's see, I feel like I have lots of freedom and lots of room for experimentation at this point. Lots of fun, I don't know. Lots of fun probably. I hope. What we can expect, I'm very excited that it's finally spring and we pass by winter. And yeah, I think that's the energy I'm going for, to bring a renewal and excitement and